On December 5th, 1960, the U.S. Supreme Court issued a ruling in the case of Boynton versus Virginia. The case overturned a lower court conviction of a black law student, Bruce Boynton, for trespassing in the whites-only section of a bus terminal restaurant. The Supreme Court ruled that racial segregation in public transportation was illegal because such segregation violated the Interstate Commerce Act. However, the U.S. government did not actively enforce the ruling, and many bus terminals continued to segregate the races. To challenge this, the interracial civil rights organization known as CORE, the Congress of Racial Equality, decided to draw attention to the continuing problem. In May 1961, CORE began one of the most important protests of the civil rights era, the Freedom Rides of 1961. During the Freedom Rides, several hundred civil rights workers, black and white, rode Greyhound and Trailways buses through the Deep South to challenge local segregation laws and customs. Freedom Riders faced hostility, discrimination, and quite frequently mob violence. But they persevered, maintaining their dedication to nonviolent direct action. Some of the notable Freedom Riders included civil rights activist and now Congressman John Lewis and James Farmer, National Director of CORE. Lewis was one of the 13 original riders and was brutally beaten on more than one occasion. On May 21, 1961, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King was in Montgomery, Alabama, to support the Freedom Riders. While speaking at the First Baptist Church, several thousand whites surrounded the building. The hostile whites rioted, threatening blacks inside and setting fire to automobiles outside. From the church basement, Dr. King called Attorney General Robert Kennedy, requesting help. U.S. Marshals soon arrived, but the growing mob pelted them with bricks and bottles. Alabama's governor declared martial law in Montgomery and ordered National Guard troops to restore order. By midnight, the streets were finally calm, and the people in the church, who had feared for their lives, were permitted to leave. 3 days later, the troops escorted the Freedom Riders as they left town. In September 1961, at the insistence of the Attorney General, the Interstate Commerce Commission ordered an end to segregation on interstate transportation and within transportation facilities. By late 1961, the riots ended, but the courage and persistence of the Freedom Riders forever changed American history.